it's on. Marvellous. 8:45 on the 7th of May. Quick garden tour. So let's start with the back corner. This is just the side and the front garden, not the back garden. It's my bin ready for the birds. Sort that out in a minute. Hanging basket here has got a clotted cream primrose in it and a little fern. I might have to refresh the soil in that. There's some oregano in there, and I can't remember what else is in there actually, just things I chucked in there when the fence was done, so that needs a bit of a sort out as well. Things to do: pots and a bin. Hedgehog cafe underneath the veggie pod on this side. What's going in here? Elephant garlic is doing its thing, looks pretty good. A month or two I think before that comes out. Then we've got winter density lettuce. There are some spring onions which are still pretty stringy, but I'll just leave them in and we'll see what happens. Then I have got some mizuna. Oh, and the carrots are starting to come. Can you see? Can you see that there's carrots in there? I just sprinkled some seeds in when I pulled out some of the mizuna. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Might be just like here. Little carrots come in. Joyful. So that's that one. Mizuna's nice. Not as bitter as rocket, but nice and peppery. Oh, these are little gem lettuces, but pick some more of them. And shallots, which will come out when the elephant garlic comes out. So that's not going to be too long either. So hopefully we'll have a nice few shallots. These were grown from shallots that we had from our last year's leftover. I wasn't doing anything, so I thought, well, chuck them in, see how they go. Those are for main crop potatoes. They are a variety called Satanta, which we've never grown before, so we'll see how they go. Over here we have, that is a first early that I planted called Foremost. Then 1, 2, 3, those are first earlies that I planted called Foremost, and all the other potatoes that you can see in that bed are Charlotte's from last year, so I don't know what they're going to come up like. The Welsh poppy seeding itself everywhere, looking pretty nice this year though, which is quite good. There's another one over there. There's strawberries in little pots there, and look, there is a straw. Whether we'll have it before the birds have it or not, I don't know, but you can see it there. A green straw, that is. So yeah, that's coming on all right. Over here, yesterday I put up the framework for the blackberries, and apparently the raspberries don't need framework, they don't need supporting, so they haven't got any, but they're doing all right. The apples on the apple tree are coming along. This is the red apple, the one that you pick and eat, you don't store, because if you try and store it, it goes funny, but it's got some sort of infestation of aphids or something. I think ants are farming them, so I'll have to go along with my gloves and rub them off or do something. Right, in this raised bed we have Charlotte potatoes. There are 10 Charlotte potatoes in there, and there are some beetroots dotted around, some along the back, and some little ones I've just stuck in. Oh, look, there's mossy leaves coming on it. There's only 2 leaves on it the other day, just because they were in the way, really. And the framework at the back is for French beans that I've planted where the poles are in the corners there. And I'm hoping to train sort of up and across and down and make a spiral out of it if necessary, just to make it fit on the size of the mesh thing that I put up. So we had all this mesh, we bought it for when we had the allotment, and we have a big roll of it, so I thought I would use it for things to climb up, so hopefully that'll be good. Rhubarb's doing pretty well. And there are onions in here as well as the potatoes, so I forgot to mention. Oh, and there's 3 elephant garlics over there. And they're doing okay. Now I forgot to turn the camera round, so now I'll do it that way So the rest of the tour will be the right way up, but there we are, such is life. And the lavender's about to start flowering. That's not our lavender, Jen, if you're watching this. It is lavender I got from the bot shop, but it's like an English one. It's quite a pretty variety. Our lavender is out the back. Okay, so more strawberries in here, in these two troughs, there and there. I think they're starting to put fruit on. Yeah, look, there's little fruit there. See that? So yeah, that's good. And down the side of the greenhouse, more strawberries, and they've got flowers on, so I'm optimistic. There's a few fruits forming on there as well. Some French marigolds and pot marigolds in there, just for a few pollinators like that as well. And over there's some candy tufts and some pot marigolds. Alice likes the candy tufts, and this is David's pride and joy. So in the greenhouse we have tomatoes. Some of these are beefsteak, super steak, and some are Big Daddy. We can't remember which is which. And some of them are Money Maker. The Money Maker are labelled. The Money Makers are like slightly regular sized tomatoes, and the beefsteaks are the big whoppers, which are nice for making sauce or having in a salad or a sandwich. Very nice, very tasty, highly recommended. And at the back, for the first time, we are growing mini cucumbers. So there's 2 cucumber plants there. We've got basil across the back for making our regular pesto, and we put a couple of aubergines in, one of which looks a bit happier than the other, but I got more aubergine plants out the back if we need them. Those are some plants for Justine and Liam, tomatoes and a cucumber, and those are snapdragons. They're only tiny little things at the moment, but to be honest, I don't have a lot of time to look after them, and I think they'll do their own thing if they need to, so I'm going to just let them get on with it. And I've just seen a sparrow landing on the apple tree where those aphids are, so I'm hoping the sparrow might eat some of the bugs off it, so maybe I won't rub them off just yet. I'll have to keep an eye on that. Right, so nice and warm in the greenhouse. Right, what have we got going on out here? Hedgehog Wilderness Wonderland, the Mrs. Bradshaw or Bradstoke or Bradley, I can never remember the name of this one. It's a geum, it's red, and that's flowering. And usually this one around here is the same variety, and as you can see, before they open out, they are yellow. You can actually see that one's, you can see it if I'm thinking, that one's sort of orange at the moment, but they're actually quite yellow. You can just see it on the edge of that one, maybe. So before they open out, they look like they're going to be a yellow flower, and when they open out, they're actually quite red, which is quite nice. It's quite unusual. David likes gems, it's one of his favourites. This peony is flowered, and these little things are seeds, so they're looking rather nice. The nigella here, I love the nigella, that's about to come out. There's bluebells there, got seeds on, and I'd like them to spread about a bit, so that's fine. Forget-me-nots are just about over. I don't want to get too close to them as they stick to you like buggery. What else? We've got the purple berberis is flowering. We've got a poppy out. She's looking smart. We've got some apples on the apple tree. Oh, look, the campanula's flowering as well. I don't know what those little white things are. They're quite nice, but they sort of get round everywhere. That's a rhubarb and custard plant. Nemesia or something like that, I think it is. Good apples on this apple tree. We didn't get any apples off this apple tree last year, so hopefully we'll get some this year, because there's loads and loads of apples forming on it. And also we've got quite a lot of plums forming on the plum tree. I don't know if you can see them in the camera. There's loads of plums, so I'm quite happy with that. See how it goes. This is another GM. I think it's Tangerine Dream or something like that. It's certainly an orange one, obviously. And this is David's favourite. But there you are. That's a hebe. It's flowered, and you can see it's just doing its thing. The primrose is pretty much over. Nice fern coming up underneath the red robin, which is flowering quite nicely. Dogwoods are starting to come back all nicely. There's the midwinter fire dogwood there. This peony is about to open, which is nice. The sea holly here, which is about to erupt, I think. Lots of poppies, That's Jackie's rose that she gave us, and it's got big enough to go in the garden, so that's good. Another dogwood over there. The lavender is really enormous this year. I might have to think about reducing that next year, or maybe even this year. Another poppy going to be opening there soon. That's a St. John's wort. It's looking rather nice. California poppies are going to go for it. Husey rose is about to open, which is good. A few flowers on the rosemary, looking tidy. That's the white rose there. I think it's called Silver Wedding, and I think it's got one open actually. This was in the garden when we moved here, but it was on the other side, so we transplanted it. There we are. Quite pretty, isn't it? And this is Blue Moon, this rose over here. That's got aphids on it as well. Brush them off because they're on the actual flower. So that's it. Get off. Anyway, some of those little candy tuft things are flowering. Those are from last year, so they're doing all right. Bay tree doing its thing. Turn around and look the other way. Go watch where you're going. Over here. And the Cotoneaster windbreak hedge is actually needing a bit of a tidy up. It's a bit shaggy, but what isn't? Look at the plums on there. The plums, little tiny plums forming. Good, isn't they? Right, and a quick look at the other side because I have to go in and get on because it's that time of day. Oh, there's the Ridgerons there and some more over there. I like them, they just grow everywhere. You can see, look, these are all crack flowers. They've just appeared in the cracks in the thing. I love that. So that's tidy. Another little bay tree in a pot with some cyclamens underneath. Hellebores going over. Oh, this is the little heuchera. It's flowering. Very delicate flowers on there. Some wild strawberries growing everywhere. They're a bit of a weed, but to be honest, they're a fantastic weed because they're nice. They got nice little flowers and they cover up anything that you want covering up. Another hebe in a pot. The bleeding heart has done rather well this year. It's amongst all the pots, so I didn't move the pots in case it falls over, but it's looking rather nice. I'm quite pleased about that. It doesn't usually last as long as this, so I'm quite pleased. Right. More hellebores which have gone over, and this one is still got some nice flowers on it because it was the last one to flower. This is one of the ice and roses ones, but it's got seeds in the middle. You can see the seeds in the middle now just starting to set, so we get some more hellebores off that. So they've gone mad with the leaves. That's a Pink Panther cordyline. Doing all right. That is Kesselringii dogwood, like you've got, Jen. Some hornbeams that I stuck in to thicken up the sort of this corner of the hedge a little bit, and to start to grow a hedge along the back here, because when this fence goes down, we want to have something there. That's not our fence, but it is our boundary. That's a little I think that's either an Aubrietia or an Arabis. I think it's an Aubrietia, I can't remember. It looks like an Aubrietia to me. It doesn't look like the Arabis. Some little things over there. Lovely grapes on the Mahonia. Spireas are both doing rather well. There's a Carex in there behind the Easterman head. And this dogwood is doing all right. And that dogwood there is growing from cuttings that I took not last year but the year before. And I need to have a look. I need to get Google going to find out why this camellia has got so many buds, but they're like not opening. Some of them are falling off. It may have been stressed because we had so much dry weather a week or so ago. It was really hot and sunny, and since then I have given it like a whole bag of ericaceous compost in the pot and a good drink, so it's been watered a bit more regularly, and also the weather has turned a bit cooler, so I'm hoping that it'll be all right. These irises have came out in the last week or so. Some of them are gone over now, but they're looking quite nice, and the bluebells have died back in this pot as well. But this is the pot, this I think is a lobelia, and it was a beautiful red one last year, so I'm leaving the pot where it is because I want to see if that comes out. And this is a yellow wave cordyline. Let's have a look so you can see that. So that's the same as the pink panther over there, but a different variety. So that looks quite smart, quite pleased with that. New Zealand flax, if you want the other name for it. That is anemone, one of those. And it grows everywhere, but in August I'll have lovely white flowers on it. It's called Whirlwind. I got that from Morrison's for £3. Really good doer, like that plant. And there's the little Buddha over there with my things. Right, and I'm back to where I didn't start here, but I'm at the Hedgie Cafe at the front, which was busy last night. All the food's gone, and it's time to wrap up this May the 7th tour of the front and side garden, and maybe I'll do it back later. Ta-ra! Very quick video of the back, which is a bit quicker than I was anticipating. So I've only just done the front one. I didn't think I'd have time, but I'm just going to do this quickly. So here is some tomatoes that I put in these little pots yesterday with some mesh framework around them, just to give them something to be like tied up to. The one with the 3 in it are Moneymaker, and the other one has got 4 in it. It's got beefsteak ones in it. So there's a lot of tomatoes in those pots, so I'm probably gonna just keep making sure we just get one single stem up, see how they go. So we've got some spare aubergines in there, which if the ones in the greenhouse don't pick up, we might use those in. That is coriander. There's some flat leaf parsley in that one. Some Nemesium or rhubarb and custard, a bit of, I think that's strawberry mint in that one. Yeah, strawberry mint in there. I think there's some strawberry mint cuttings I did in one of these, and that's garden mint in that one. What's in this one? Strawberry mint. Yeah, perfect. Okay, and some oregano that I got from Lidl's, I think, in there. Turn it round because I forget that you have to turn it round to make it work properly. Right, so I think that's Scarletta or something like that. That plant that's like the limey green colour. It starts off bright red and you get the new foliage, and then it goes this lovely colour. And the plant behind it is a Brushfields yellow camellia. And over there we have Deutzia Mary Rose in the other pot, which is quite pretty little pink flowers. I forget the name of the limey green plant behind the hose pipe that's scrambling all over the floor. There's a heather next to it. I got that from B&Q. It's some sort of, I forget what it is. This is sage that Dad gave me, which is very nice. It's going to flower soon, you can see. And over there's garden mint that Dad gave me, so thank you, Dad. And there's some of the oregano that I've liked. You buy one little pot from the supermarket and you can split it into 1 million plants. And I've given loads of it away already. And that lavender in there is the lavender that we took the cutting off, Jen. And Dad's got another one. So there's these little candy tufts on the ground there. This is Derek the Dark. Get back and get a nice shot of Derek because he's looking quite smart this year. He was quite small when we bought him. He's never going to be enormous because he's in the pot, but he's looking pretty swanky. I really like that. There is another St John's wort. This is a different variety. This is Miracle Wonder, I think. Or the other one might be Miracle Wonder. One of them is anyway. Nice lot of ferns down here, and euonymus, and a heuchera that's flowered. Some bluebells have gone over now. The viburnum, Kilimanjaro, this is called, is flowering. And doesn't that look something else? I really like that. And then my new area behind the conservatory, I won't go all the way around, but you can see there's some ferns. I've pinched these from other areas of the garden. A heuchera I pinched from a different area of the garden. Some hellebore seedlings there behind the hosta in the pot. Those hellebore seedlings I lifted from the front garden, so they're all good. And there's some carex and small ferns. So the water comes out of the hose pipe off the drain pipe off the conservatory roof, and so there's a gravel trench there. Well, it's not gravel, it's really small. I suppose it is gravel, but it's the really small stuff. Pea gravel or whatever they call it, I don't know, and mixed in with horticultural grit. A couple of different kinds of it there. The blackbirds, or the hedgehogs, have dug mud all over it. It was a nice pattern before. Now it just looks like a bit of a mess, but do you know what? It's the hedgehog's garden at night, so just let them get on with it. You can see there's some croziers on the fern there by the heuchera, which looks quite nice. Quite pleased with that. And plenty of, like, this is going to be like where I'm walking. I've put just compost on top of it, and it's going to be we'll probably end up putting bark chippings on it or something. This is where we're going to be walking to get all around the garden a bit, so you're going to have a path somewhere, and that's the easier place. There's some croziers on that there, and up beside here there are ferns and grasses. I tend not to put anything that flowers much up here, apart from the dandelions, which I've snipped some of them off, but we let a few of them go because they're good for the bees, but there aren't any open at the moment. That's a little Hacknacloa and a couple of little ferns. That's grass. I can't remember what that is. The black one. I've got the name of it somewhere, but I only planted that last autumn. That fern is supposed to go that sort of colour. It's quite nice actually, it stands out. I think that one is called a shuttlecock fern. You can see why it looks a bit like a shuttlecock. There's some bindweed I've just spotted over there. It's coming through from next door, so I need to get that out. This is a Photinia, pink crispy, which has been looking glorious all spring because the edge of the foliage goes bright pink before it goes green, and we want it to grow up and fill that sort of gap up there if we can, which would be good. And then there's these little things, I think they're called lamb's ears. I bought 3 of these for £1 each in the bargain store, which is my favourite way to buy plants. There's one there, there's one in there, and there's one there, and there's more ferns over here. This area could do with a little bit of tidy up because I definitely don't like the bindweed. But we let the grass grow a bit longer because it's better for the hedgehogs because there's more insects and things around then. So around the borders, the grass is longest. I only cut that with the hand shears now. And then this strip up the middle underneath Alice's swing, if I stand back a bit, that's been cut with a mower. So this, in between the legs of the swing, the mower goes, we'll get that and across the front there to make like a T shape that's been cut to a like mown length, and then there's like more shaggy bits around the back, just to give a bit more variety for the insects and things. And this is a hosta that Dad gave me, which is absolutely beautifully flowering. Look at that. They look amazing, don't they? I might take a picture of them in a minute. And that, every winter, seems to die back to mush, because it doesn't like the winter. So I usually end up, once it's gone all mushy, I just put a flower pot over the top of it, and then it just comes back, and it seems to do its thing. And another hosta over there that we actually bought from the garden centre, I think that's called Ice and Fire. That also went to mush and died back to nothing, but that's come back, so that's marvellous. I think that's about it out here. Yeah, there we go. Oh, strawberries in pots there. I thought refreshed that's a perennial strawberry called Alice, and I took some out of there and put round here, so that's got 2 pots of that now. So there we go. All good. Right, time to say goodbye. Bye. Draw. So, I forgot to include the alpine garden. So, there's the lavender, the bay tree. That is dogwood that I took from cuttings, not last year but the year before. And that one is the one that goes very red. Oh, I can't remember its name. Sanguinea, is it? Might be, can't remember. I'll have to look it up. Anyway, so here is the little alpine section that we planted up last year, so I'll just take a walk along. I cannot remember what that is. That is an arabis, I believe. Beautiful little delicate white flowers. Can't remember what that is. I've got the name of all these somewhere. Look how red that is. I really like that one. It's looking pink on the video, but it isn't actually pink. It's really quite deep red. So I'm quite chuffed about that. You can't actually see how red it is because it looks so blinking pink. I'll put some shade on it. No, makes no difference. Anyway, it's a deep red. Those are pink. Those are like dianthus, little mini dianthus things. That's a thrift. It was flowering, it's just gone to seed now. This is, I think this is an aubrietia, and I can't remember what that is. That's a little primrose, that was flowering first, that's gone over. That one's an ajuja, which is like taking over the world. It's just like going everywhere. If you stand back, see it's going to trail over, which is going to be nice. It's just going everywhere. It's got its arms around everyone. Can't remember what that one is either. I must go back and have a look at some of these. That was something that we had out the back for ages, and although it looks dead, David keeps telling me it's dead, it's not dead. It's another aubrietia, I think it is. I might be wrong. And I can't remember what that is on the end, but I think it'll come back because it's not dead. It's got life, and it'll trail over these rocks on the end here. But there we are, all good stuff. Marvellous. I've got that little one there, and that's a weed in there. We'll just take that out. Tidy. I do love this little area, considering it was something we made out of nothing. A whole shed load of rocks we had in the garden, and a gap that was created when we had the fence put in. It was a bit of a win-win. Oh, and look, the poinsettia. Is that poinsettia? No, that doesn't sound right. Anyway, it's flowering. Delightful.